Hello there, welcome back to another video in this OpenCV tutorial series, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can access your camera using Python and OpenCV. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the coding. Okay guys, so first of all we need to import CV2. Now what we need to do is we need to capture our image from our camera. So what we can do is cap equal to CV2 dot video capture, and here we need to provide a number. Let's say 0 because I have only one camera connected, so it is going to be 0. But if you have multiple camera connected, you can change this number to access different kind of cameras that you have in the system. Now what I'm going to do is, let's run this, and it doesn't have anything like this, so it should be this, I guess. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do as now what I'm going to do as if you open a camera application, what happens that it continuously takes a frame of us, like it continuously clicks a picture and then shows it on the frame. So that is what I am going to do. So I am going to use an infinite loop. Let's say while loop, and in this, what we need to do, we need to get some values from that cap object. So that and frame, I will tell you what it is. So now I'm going to read the frame. So the image that is being taken by the camera at a single moment is called as frame, and we are reading that frame using this function. Okay, so what it is returning? It is returning two things. The first thing is frame, which is our photo, and the second thing is return value. So it is a boolean value, and it is a boolean value, and so it will tell you whether we have our frame correctly or not. Or sometimes what happens is that we do not get our frame, so in that case return value is very useful. So let's just move on, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to say if that. So it means if there is a frame available, only and only then what I'm going to do, cv2 dot im show, and in this I'm going to provide the frame, and I am also going to name this, let's say, camera. And if I'll run this, what will happen? We'll see. Okay, so we have this, and right now it is not responding because we have to do some more things. I will tell you what it is doing. Okay, so we have to restart our kernel first, and what we need to do is we need to make some changes. So we are gonna check, yeah, we are gonna check key. Let's go rest, and we will see cv2 dot wait key, and here I am going to wait for 1 second because it is an infinite loop. So 1 second, I think it is millisecond. Yeah, 1 millisecond. So it will be enough, and I am going to do the binary AND operation with 0. Let's say 0 x ff. I will tell you what it is doing. And now what I'm going to do is, if key, let's go rest uh, is equal to ord and q. Now break, it is going to break the loop. If this condition will satisfy, then what we are going to do, cv2 dot destroy all windows, and it is giving us an error. Oh yeah, we need to import this. So it is working this time, as you can see, and it is waiting for a key. So we can press anything, but it is not going to break the loop until we hit q. And as soon as I hit the q button, it broke out of the loop. So what is happening here, let me just tell you that when we read a key from a keyboard, that key is that key is generated as 32 bit. Okay, and we need to match our key to this. So this is a function in which we are telling, okay, we need q and it is converting this into some bits. Okay, so what is happening here? We cannot use this operation when we have 8 bits and 32 bits. So ORD produces 8-bit value and wait key produces 32-bit value. So we will perform AND operation, binary AND operation on this 32 8-bit value with this. So what it is going to do? It is going to do 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So this is what it is going to do, and uh, it is going to perform AND operation with this value. So what is going to happen is that all values except the first 8 bits will be 0, because this is how AND operation works in but this is how binary AND operation works. And because of that, what will happen is that this all 32-bit string will convert to 8-bit now, and now we will be able to perform this operation on both of this, because of which it is going to break out the loop and then we will destroy the windows. So I hope that it is a bit clear. You need to know what is a binary AND operation and how that works to know all of this stuff. But this is basically what we are doing here. Let me just give you an overview. Yeah. So what we are doing here, we are getting a 32-bit value here. We are binary and we are doing binary AND operation with this, that is going to generate 8-bit value. Okay, now 8-bit value will be generated and we are checking whether our 8-bit value matches with this 8-bit value, and if it does, then we will break out of the loop. So guys, this was it, and this is how you can access your camera. So let me just show you some more things. Let's do this. So if we are running here, we can also convert this to break. We need to press q. Okay, so what we can do is we can do like this: cv2 break equal to cv2 dot cvt color, and here I need to provide my frame. Then I need to give cv2 dot, and I need to give is cv2 dot color underscore bgr to free, and now I will just use free. So as you can see, now it is a grayscale image, and you can also make it as an camera app, a very basic camera app. So what we can do is we can say, okay, so if the pressed button, let's say else, the pressed button is P for print. So what we are going to do, we are going to save our image. So uh, cv2.im, right, and here I need to give my desktop address. So let me just copy it from somewhere. Properties. So this is my desktop address, and here I'm going to save my image with the name camera test.jpg, and now I will give my break here. So if I will press P, then it is going to save my image. So let's run this. Okay, so it is showing me some error. Else elif. Oh, it should be elif. And now this is my image, and I am pressing P. So we should have a image on the home screen here. So there it is. And as you can see here, we can make a very basic camera app using this. So this was it for this video guys, and I hope that you understood the concept here, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.